Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. I am coming to you live and also being recorded, but coming to you live from my home here in Athens, again, practicing social distancing, but still operating the city as the mayor of the city of Athens. Again, I've got Kyle Johansson on the line, and he is going to be giving us the 7-day weather forecast, as well as talking a little bit about something that he's been tracking very closely, and that is COVID-19 pandemic. Kyle, take it away.
Southwest winds could be partly cloudy, sky, winds strong stuff west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, light night, low 57, chance of rain, 8%. Friday, showers, high 66, chance of rain, 50%, friendly possible. Friday night, thunder showers, predominantly late, low 57, chance of rain, 80%. Saturday, scattered thunderstorms, high 54, chance of rain, 60%. Saturday night, scattered thunderstorms in the evenings and cloudy rain likely later that night. Low 61, winds out of south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, chance of rain, 80%. Sunday morning showers, high 65, winds out of west-southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour, chance of rain, 70%. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low 43, winds out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday, partly cloudy, high 59, winds out of the west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 39. Tuesday, afternoon showers, high 56, chance of rain, 40%. Tuesday night, showers, low 42, chance of rain, 40%. And Wednesday, April 1st, high 54, chance of rain, 40%. And Wednesday night, showers, low 37, chance of rain, 40%.
Great. Thank you, Kyle, as usual. Kyle, let's talk briefly about some of the things you're tracking with COVID-19, coronavirus.
So far in Ohio, there are 704 cases in the state of Ohio. There's 55 counties. Nationwide, over 61,300, nearly 900 deaths. And worldwide, over 420,000 people.
Yeah. Kyle, thank you. I'm going to let you go so I can get my notes. But thanks for doing the great job that you always do with reporting on our weather and also other important issues that affect our local area. So thank you, Kyle.
Welcome.
All right, and there you have it. I was just on watching the daily press conference that the governor puts on, usually around 2 p.m. every day. And again, to kind of reaffirm some of the things that Kyle was just mentioning, we are currently looking at 704 positive cases in the state of Ohio, affecting 49 counties or 55 counties in the state of Ohio. Currently, there are 0 positive cases in Athens. So I do want to share that with everyone. There have been several, I believe the last count that I saw, which was a day or so ago was 4 negative tests. So they are doing some testing. I should probably state this again in terms of the process. If you are not feeling well, or if you are feeling that you may have symptoms that are similar to that of the coronavirus, which is a fever, dry cough, difficulty breathing, which is the more severe. In those cases, or tired, fatigued, the first thing is to call your primary care physician and let them triage the symptoms that you are experiencing, and then they may or may not administer an order for you to go down and have the COVID-19 testing being done And then remember, it takes a little bit of time for them to get those results back. And so while you are waiting, you'll likely be instructed to stay at home and to self-quarantine until you do get the results back from that test. And once you get those results, you will likely be told to do the same, to where you are going to be instructed to have no contact with other individuals, to self-quarantine, and to take needed medications for the flu itself. I don't have a whole lot today to report out, other than City Council will not be meeting Monday. It is the 5th Monday of the month. And then the regular session will resume on April 6th as we go forward. The other thing to remind people is that Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Is the beginning of Earth Hour, where we're asking everyone to turn out their lights. And as a side note to that, one of the things that Council President reminded me, and now I'm reminding you, is also make sure that you turn out your patio, your yard lights, if you have lights in your backyard or front yard, which certainly we're in the migratory season, and it'll reduce any confusion that upward cast lighting may have on our migrating bird population. Some report outs from Arts, Parks, and Recreation. The dog parks and skate parks, they are open. The parks themselves are open. The playground equipment is being closed down. The reason for that is those are difficult to keep sanitized. And so therefore, and it has also been a governor's directive that playground equipment not be to be closed down and not accessible to the public. Programming has been canceled or postponed for a lot of the Arts, Parks, and Rec programming. Membership has been suspended as well, and all remaining on membership, they will be honored by Arts, Parks, and Recreation. Events and rentals have been canceled or postponed, and that we're encouraging people to postpone and reschedule an event if you have something at one of our shelter houses or other locations in the city, or even in the community center itself. Just encouraging people to reschedule once we get beyond the current round of this particular pandemic. Chief Reimer, our fire chief, he has sent me something as well, is that encouraging people who may be under quarantine and require assistance by city personnel to forewarn them that they are under quarantine. So interestingly, in having conversations with somebody who resides in another state, that particular state or the municipality that this person lives in that state is asking for people who are in need of EMS services to, if possible, meet them outside so that our first responders don't need to potentially become contaminated as they go into a residence that may have COVID-19. Again, that's taking place in another state. But we're just hoping that if people are quarantining and are in need of EMS services or fire or police, to at least give them a heads up that that particular residence is under quarantine. The last item that I have to share is, again, and this I can't stress this enough, is to make sure that when you are having gatherings, whether outside in your yard, especially on a day like today where I'm looking out my window, the window of my house, and it's beautiful outside. Temperature-wise, it's really nice outside. That you limit your groups to 10 or less. 10 or less is at this point acceptable, although please exercise caution and maintain your social distancing with others. I've seen some people really get creative, in particular with children who are unfortunately missing out on having their typical birthday celebrations. And with those birthday celebrations, they're getting creative and having, I've seen this around the city, birthday parades where the child and parents driving them around and the child in the back seat with the windows down and waving to their friends, and their friends having signs saying happy birthday. There are ways in which people can still be connected, just be connected at 6 feet or greater from each other. That's one of the ways we're going to be able to slow this particular virus down, is by doing the proper things, washing your hands, for at least 20 seconds, reciting the ABCs, or saying happy birthday to yourself or maybe to somebody else, but wash your hands effectively. You make sure you're wiping all commonly touched surfaces. One of the things I saw earlier made a lot of sense to me. Today was my recycling and garbage pickup day, and that was, taking a sanitizing cloth and sanitizing the handles on my trash can, sanitizing the handle on my compost or my recycling bin, simple things like that. And then when it has been emptied and it's sitting on your driveway in front of your house, wipe it down again with a disinfectant wipe, and then bring it back into your garage or the side of your house or wherever you keep your trash and recycling. Simple, smart things like that are ways in which we can reduce spread. But again, wash your hands, social distance yourself. But the last thing is, if you're not feeling well, please, if you're not feeling well, isolate yourself, self-quarantine, and call your primary care provider. If you're running a fever and have a cough and not feeling well, it's always best to start with a call to your primary care provider. Let them work through their way of assessing whether or not you may need to have further testing done to be safe as we move forward. Everyone, please be well. Know that the city and I am there for you. I know that this is a really difficult time for a lot of people, but we have some great people working hard 24/7. Everyone from the Athens City County Health Department to our police department, law enforcement, all of our partners. Ohio University is working hard as well. So just know that we're here for you. We're here for you, and typically we are just a phone call away. So please do not hesitate. I wish everyone well. And please tune in again next week for the next installment of the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. Be well.